I know that isn't normal, so okay. No.
Uh, what you could do is just drop the database and do a DB migrate and DB seed to load all the seed data. Rather than go in there and manually delete all those records, which is real pain. Plus you'd have to try to make sure that you get the associated models deleted as well.
Uh-huh.
That's really ugly.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So there's another, is this the same problem?
I had to delete the records before I could
Got it.
define. Oh, I didn't save. Okay.
Oh, you didn't save? Yeah. Hi, Vijay.
Right.
Okay, it works.
There you go. There's your single line address.
All right. Hi, Vijaya.
I am
How are you?
good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Well, why don't we do the Scrum real quick, and then I'll have to get off. I can't spend a lot of time. Vijay, you want to go first?
Yeah. After the yesterday's come, today I'm doing all the updates to the GitHub, and I did the rebase to my pull request from latest changes to development. I have some conflict. Then I ping you to help you on that one, and we did pair program that one. We resolve all the conflict. Then I create the PR for job seeker, and I already have some of the code for status field, and I edit and delete button for the show page. Once this PR is cleared, then I will update those things, those tickets or features for the job seeker related.
Okay. Do you need to queue up anything right now in terms of what you're going to do next, Vijaya, or are you okay for now?
I'm okay. No,
You got
tomorrow.
enough work?
Yeah.
Okay. I added the, I think we wanted to add a waffle issue for the edit in the show.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, I'll do it.
So if you
Yeah.
run out of things to do, you can always pull that and start working on that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, Amy?
Okay. So since last Scrum, I continued to work on employer registration, and I've got it working, and I've got my RSpec test passing, and I need to write 3 RSpec tests before I can submit a pull request, and I'm hoping to get that done by the end of the day.
Great.
No blockers.
Amy, just FYI, when you do submit your PR,
Uh-huh.
you're going to have a fairly large PR because as you know, we forklifted a bunch of code that I created
Uh-huh.
into your, or on top of your, whatever it was.
Uh-huh.
He was probably going to complain about a lot of code that's not tested that's coming in. I'll just explain to him that's my code, and I will deliver tests for it once I'm done with the waffle issue that I'm working on.
Okay.
It'll look kind of strange, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because it'll be working code, but it won't be fully tested, the stuff that I'm working on. So.
Okay.
All right. Well, today did a couple of one pair programming session to help Vijaya as well as Amy on various things. But I think everybody's in sync now and unblocked, it seems, which is great. One other thing real quickly I did want to show you guys. See if I can find it here. Where did I put that thing? You're stealing all to yourself?
Yeah.
Where did I put that? You know when you have too many,
Today we have rain. What about in San Francisco?
wait a minute, what did I? Where is that? I'm sorry, I thought I had that ready to go. Where's that gosh darn thing? It's not there. It's someplace else. Apologize for that. Nancy.
Did he have his what food?
He did, yeah. Oh, brother. It's not what I meant to do. Drive. Sorry about that. I had it all queued up. I must have killed the window. Can you guys see my screen okay? It says I'm screen sharing, but
I can totally see your screen.
you can. Okay, good, good. Let's see. So I haven't had a lot of time to spend on this, but I think what we're desperately needing now that we're starting to build some significant functionality and extend concepts, we need at least a high-level site map, as I would call, for want of a better term,
Okay.
of what's going on. Obviously, this is just a start, but I just want to show you what I'm doing. So each of these guys is a page. So we have a home page. From there, we can go to a login page, etc. We have a job seeker register page, accessible from the home page, as we know. We have a company registration page, accessible from the home page, etc. So that's what I'm trying to show here. On each page, I'm going to try to show the actions that result in leaving the page. Like if I cancel out of my job seeker registration, and then where do I go? I go back home. Or if I save the job seeker registration, then I go to the job seeker page. That's also a page that I can access from the home page as well. If I log in and I'm a job seeker, I've already registered, then by default I go to the job seeker page, whatever that is. So I'm trying to build this out. We're going to have a lot of pages because this is a fairly complex system. And from this we can kind of gauge our progress. We could also talk about what pages have to be built before we have kind of an MVP that we could give to the client to start working with. We could also identify what I would call key content areas. Job seeker page is a key content area. It'll have a lot of content. So job seeker logs in. They go to a page that's their home page, basically. It has available jobs. It's got a link to search jobs. It's got, announcements. God knows what it's got. But we can, for each key content page, I think we're going to need a mock-up, a wireframe, to show what that looks like. We desperately need one for home as well, but beyond what we have now. But the job seeker, for instance, on that page there's going to be a link to edit the profile. It's basically information that they entered as a job seeker registration. Anyway, you get the idea. So does this seem reasonable? Is this something that, in terms of format, do you guys have a better idea in terms of, what I'm doing is taking your typical site map, but then I'm trying to attach these actions that result in leaving the page. I'm trying to annotate that so we can read this and see how it flows. Anyway, does this look reasonable? If you guys can
I'm
see
looking
that.
at it. It seems to be good enough. I mean, for me, it looks like you're moving so fast that I can't possibly keep up with it. And by the time I get to the point where I need the information that you're developing, you may have changed it a couple of times. So I don't know what that is as far as feedback goes. But anyway, you have this diagram. It looks fine. You know, I can see how you're going to add more pages.
Well, what I'm trying to do is, and this is probably 5% of what it's going to look like when we're done.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
maybe not just 5, maybe more than 5, but this is a big, fairly sophisticated system we're building.
yeah,
Right now, we don't have a map like this. We don't even have a navigation concept. Are we going to have a breadcrumb to go back? I mean, all these things that we're not talking about, we're focused on discrete little pieces, which is appropriate. But
yeah,
I feel I'm getting to the point where I need to step back and take a look at the bigger picture so I know, when I add a room to the house, am I doing it in an architecturally sound way?
You
yeah,
know what? I've done this before. I've been the project manager working with a product manager who was making documents like this.
Yeah.
And we were working with something fairly simple, like we were literally swapping a cell phone. I think what you're going to need to do is use this format for tracking the pages, just the pages, like home's a page, job seeker registration's a page, so on and so forth. Then you're going to need a separate flowchart, which is going to be very large, describing the possible actions.
Okay. I was hoping to put it all in one place because the first thing you said is a classic site map, right?
yeah. That is the
Uh-huh.
landing page. From there, we can go. It diagram shows the login and job seeker. Then it has each action. I'm okay with this.
Right. So
Yeah,
I'm hoping we can kind of combine the two if it's not too complex. It may be too busy and we have to separate it out, Amy, but if we had this built, we could say, oh yeah, a job seeker goes here and if they want to find jobs, they can click on a link or a button and they go to a job search page. Oh yeah, here's the job search page down here and I can see what I can do there.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to combine it together so the key thing is I want to build a little bit of this further out and then have discussions with you guys. Does this flow make sense for the user? That kind of discussion as well.
A document that fulfills both purposes is going to be more convenient for us. I suggested 2 documents because I was predicting that as you continue to work on this, you'd find that you ran out of room.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, okay. Do you have an example of both of those, or especially the second one? The workflow one you mentioned?
No, I have them in my head
Yeah.
because I saw them on my job. I had a really great product owner, but it's from my last job, and of course I didn't take any of those files with me.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to find. I've looked for examples on the net, of course, and it's hard to find good examples. There's a lot of sitemap stuff. So let's experiment with this. It could be that we have to break it apart and do classic sitemap followed by a table of actions like page, actions, destination, whatever it might be. But anyway, I'm kind of feeling I'm kind of getting ahead of myself building stuff, and I'm just walking into the next dark room not knowing what's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I hear you on that.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll continue to push ahead on this and bring it back when I'm ready to show it to you guys. If there's anything worth talking about.
Okay. Sorry I couldn't be more helpful with the big picture planning.
No problem.
I'm finding that I'm not able to work as fast as I would like to be able to work, and I'm preoccupied with this story that I'm working on and learning, testing, and development.
Yeah, plus there's a small thing called learning Ruby on Rails for real, not just sitting through some lectures, which is a totally different thing when you're building something for real.
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And don't forget the front end part, because I'm also go along coding, making something with a feature. Oh, yeah, this has a front end aspect. I don't know what Haml is.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use Bootstrap. Okay, go look it up.
I can spell RSpec, but that's about it. So now I got to take 3 days to read an RSpec book and then come back and continue to make progress. So that's
We're
what
going
it's
to
like.
be so qualified when we finish this project.
Yeah, it is a good learning experience. It takes time, but at the end of it, we have to resolve some of the issues.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Well, most of the big technologies we've stumbled over that we have to learn. It's just getting
Yeah.
facile with Bootstrap, RSpec, Haml, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's just,
Yeah.
after a while you think, how many more technologies are going to throw at me before I can focus on a few things. But I think we've covered most of them. Okay, good enough.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
That's it for me.
Okay. See you guys later.
All right, have a good night. Yep, bye now.
Bye.